Well, hello there. We are on the last day of October. It's hard to believe. 2 months to go till the beginning of a new year. We'll see what that brings, right? So today I want to read from a new book. It's not a new book to me. I've had it for a long time, and I've been going through my bookshelves at my offices, and I found this one, and I remembered how much I love it, and I don't know why it's just been sitting on my shelf. But it's called Each Day a New Beginning, written by Karen Casey. So 365 days of devotions. And this is what she writes. Today she quotes from Florence Scovel Shinn and says this, I love this. Intuition is a spiritual faculty and does not explain, but simply points the way. Isn't that cool? This is what she writes. Should we make this move? Should we change jobs? Should we talk to others about our feelings? We are seldom short on prayers when we're filled with fear and indecision. We are, however, short on answers. Our worries block them out. No prayer ever goes unanswered. Of this we can be certain. On the other hand, the answer may not be what we'd hoped for. In fact, we may not recognize it as the answer because we are expecting something quite different. It takes a willingness on our part to be free of our preconceptions, free to accept whatever answers are offered. Our answers come unexpectedly, a chance meeting on the street, a passage in a book or a newspaper, a nagging feeling within. God speaks to each of us throughout the day. Our prayers are answered, our problems find solutions, our worries are eased. If we but attune ourselves to the messages, they are all around. That is so true. So I got to tell you a story. Last Sunday, and I told my congregation this when I got to church. Last Sunday I was heading for church, and I just wasn't feeling it. I was a little bit down. I was tired. I had just read something that I shouldn't have picked up my computer and started looking at stuff, but I did, and I was just worried about all the division, the terrible comments that people make, the hopelessness that a lot of people seem to have. And sometimes it's really hard to go and preach these days with all this divisiveness and different opinions. It seems like I'm either sounding way too Pollyannish or apple pie in the sky, or I sound too political. Sometimes the gospel sounds pretty political. Or I sound like I'm condemning people. And I just was not feeling it. And so I got in my car and I said a little prayer to God. I just said, I need help. I don't know what to do. It wasn't even really a prayer. It was just more of a sigh and I don't know what to do here. And something urged me to turn on my radio, and there was a song on. It was actually I was on to a Pandora station, and I think it was on one of those random things where it just plays whatever music I listen to, which could be Christian music. It could be I've got some oldies that I kind of like, John Denver, Jim Croce, all that stuff. That ages me, doesn't it? And I've got some classical music on there, piano. I love that. So I never know what it's going to bring up. And the very first song was a beautiful Christian song. It was from Fernando Ortega, if you've ever heard of him. And the very first words, and it was so calming. The very first words were may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord. It It was exactly what I needed. I mean, I really couldn't even pray about it, but God provided me with a beautiful song and a beautiful prayer. Those words are based on a psalm, Psalm 19. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord. It just set my day. I didn't worry after that. I knew that God had it. God always has it. I always pray to God that it's not my words that are heard, but God's. And provided me with this beautiful prayer. And I was just walking on clouds by the time I got to church. So God is there. God shows us signs all the time. God gives us signs. Sometimes we don't even notice the obvious because we're so busy looking for a big sign, like a big sign that God has put in the sky that says, do exactly this. And yet there are so many wonderful little signs around us every day that are guiding us and answering those prayers. So look for the normal, look for the beauty in everyday things, and I think you'll find that answer. I think also in a psalm is be still and know that I am God. And God will bring those signs to you one way or another. So it ends with a little bit of a assignment, I guess, for the day. I will be attentive to all the signs from God today. Whatever answer I seek is finding its way to me. God is finding God's way to you, and the answer is there. And it is in God. So take care. Have a blessed day. We'll see you later. Bye.